Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, the mighty mix spammer, and this, in case you have not noticed, is Hero 6. It is a tournament, a duel tournament, in a rather amazing map with some random weird background thinking, and oh, I completely forgot to set the music to play, because unfortunately this game's battle music is kinda crappy. And unfortunately, again, we'll have to deal with that because I don't want to make my opponent wait any longer than he did already. He didn't wait at all, actually, but, well, you know how it goes. So anyway, actually I don't want to make this intro too long. It's a rather simple concept. This is a blood and tears tournament, which means that it's always a blood versus tears fight. And anything else? I don't really think so. We just both pick a race, then we go into appropriate portal to get our troops, then get our artifacts, yada yada yada, and then we duke it out in a battle which I'm most likely going to lose. Reason being, I am not a good tactician. Nope. The reason why I won against Gangster in like every game we played, -1, is because I'm a good guy with strategy, and it's strategy that always gives me the advantage, the edge, one might say. Unfortunately, tactics, in a single battle, I usually lose, and that's probably what's gonna happen, but we're gonna try regardless. So I'll see you back in a bit, yeah, that's what I wanted to say, in a bit, once I have my 10, and I can actually do stuff. Be right back. Alrighty then, now it is my time to move, so I can demonstrate what this is all about. So, there is my hero, he moves around, that's pretty neat, isn't it? Actually, I probably shouldn't even cast that because it's extraordinarily boring, but maybe you would like to see that. So those are the units that I start with. There is no music, I did turn it off, but I did also prepare music to play in the background for the battle itself. Now that I grabbed my units, it is time to grab my artifacts, and then I'll have to pause the game again to try and see which combination I want. So be right back again. Alright, and I am back yet again, and this time I have all the artifacts I need in order to succeed. Hopefully, maybe, we will see. So first of all, I am playing as Blood Hero, which means that I want all of my bloody evil demon-like powers to enter my human body and consume me, and OMG, that is loud. And of course I get a phone call in the middle of that is also not so pleasant at all, now is it? So what I'm going to do, yes, thank you, I have seen it. Many times, in fact. I'm gonna skip this, yes. I am going to decrease the in-game sound. Thank you. And decrease the in-game sound and increase the normal sound. This is by far one of my worst casts, but oh well. And now, this ability I'm not supposed to use, but I am supposed to get another level in blood, so that's precisely what I'm going to do. Another level in blood is going to make my blood abilities more powerful, so it's not like I'm getting this for no reason whatsoever. Now, thing that is important are my abilities. Fortunately, I did get them sorted out. The enemy is might as I am, but I will get Dispel, Mass Dispel Magic because it feels like a good idea. I never know what the enemy might pull off. I might go for extra mana actually, but I will think about that. First of all, however, I do want to get as much attack as humanly possible. Next thing, it is most likely, well, you know what? First things first, I do want to have archery 2, I don't care about 3 because my creatures are the marksmen, they don't have any range penalties, so yeah, it would be stupid to get archery 3. However, I do want pretty much every other ability in this tree. Reason being, they are kinda awesome. That's not the best explanation I ever gave, not by far, but right now I'm trying to make this as quick as possible without making my enemy bored to death. Yes, I do take him into consideration quite a lot, I don't want him to feel like he's wasting time. Okay, now that I have gotten a lot of passives, I can... what is that? Wait, what? Give me a sec. I'm casting, so yeah. Now, oh, I almost forgot, I do want to have reinforcements to the max, and after that, I have 2 points left. I feel encouraged to get for Charismatic Leader to increase my leadership even further. And I might do just that. I'm tempted to go for other things as well, for example Defender, but nah, I'm gonna go for extra this. And what did that guy want anyway? Where's the chat? I guess the correct number between 1 and 2. What? Okay, give me a second, I'll have to talk with this guy about that, because it seems mostly random and I have no idea what he is talking about. Because it doesn't really matter at all. And here are my artifacts that I need to tell you about before I enter the battle. Flame Gold Shield, a decent one, plus to my defense, and a lot of magic defense in case the enemy is using fire magic. This one is a tower deck, so that's just plus 2 to destiny. I had to get that because other alternatives were rubbish. Parity Flag is pretty nice because it not only decreases the enemy luck, but also increases my initiative, amazing. And also Pirate Armor, which works in, you know, works well with the Pirate Flag, and this one increases my melee defense by a lot. Also plus 6 leadership from the Lion main cape, amazing. I have a really good artifacts in general, as simple as that. Now I'm gonna end my turn so that we have an autosave before the battle. And give me a sec, I will have to talk with this guy. Be right back. Alright, so it turns out this guy actually did have a legit reason to, you know, made me draw a number in order to decide who attacks first, because apparently when 2 units get the same initiative, the guy who attacks first gets to attack first, which is different than it was in Heroes 5 when it was just purely random, and that's why I was confused. Now, I did take Tactics 3, reason being I want to charge with those bad boys as soon as possible to get to the insane amount of damage, because this is highly effective. Now, where do I want to put them? I have a feeling that the enemy is going to position the archers in this area, because there's a rock over here that prevents me from going straight in. But I might do a trick like this to prevent this from working at all. Maybe it will work out, maybe not. Now, I am kind of thinking, actually this is a little bit loud, I feel like I have to shout. It might be too quiet for you guys, I'm not too sure about that, I'm sorry, I should have tested the settings more, but I didn't. Fail on me. But I was kinda in a rush and hurry to make this cast and play this game, so yeah, that explains that. Right, now where do I want to position my units? I guess the Blazing Glories might be here, or whatever they're called, actually I don't remember. Now, do I want to leave the Praetorians in the back to protect the marksmen? That is actually a pretty good question that I'm not too sure if I know the answer to. But what I do know is that maybe it would be beneficial to position my units in something more like this. And maybe you over here? Yeah, I kinda like this composition. Griffins are going to stay in the back because they will use the battle dive. Actually, no, they can stay in front so that they can later attack faster. I'm so gonna get horribly wrecked. I have no plan whatsoever, which is going to be bad. And oh, I was completely wrong. The enemy did position his goblins over here, but he also did position his centaurs in the upper right corner, which is something I kinda guessed. And what did just happen, I didn't quite notice. Something hit me for my damage. Mr. T, I guess he's just attacking with a hero. That's my guess at any rate. And this is gonna hit 9 griffins, a bit of Praetorians, and a single angel, I believe. It's not actually called angel, it's a seraph or whatever he is. Yeah, he is a seraph. But now, yeah, I am taking a lot of damage. My Praetorians already have their, what is this ability called? Resilience ability procced up, so they are extraordinarily resilient. But yeah, wow, the enemy did win the initiative. And when the orcs win the initiative, bad things happen, because then they can use their racial ability to get even more initiative, and then it's just like all of the units proc before yours do. Which is a horrible thing indeed, a very, very painful one. It's a good thing I do have those Praetorians over here, otherwise I would lose so many more units. It would not be even funny. Still, it's gonna be very painful, don't! Wow, so many sisters. I said it's not gonna be funny, and it isn't, trust me on this one. So far, I have not been able to do a thing, and I'm being horribly beaten to death. It doesn't mean I'm gonna lose, but to be quite honest, I ended this battle thinking that I'm gonna lose. So fortunately my counterattack 3 procced up and I was able to attack first. And now I need to think very carefully, because if I do something stupid, it's gonna be all horribly bad. Now this is my ultimate ability, I'm not supposed to click on that ever, otherwise I fail. Because yeah, I'm not supposed to click on that. Now, Dispel Magic, go over here, Mass Dispel Magic, go over here, yada yada, Reinforcements, go over there, Pressed Attack. I'm not actually even thinking what ability I put where, because I just want to make it as quick as possible. Now then, let's play by my rules, shall we? Shall we start with... No, let's start with as much morale and stuff. Actually, not... No, let's start with this thingy. And put it on Sun Crusaders, because I want them to charge and I want them to deal a lot of damage. Now, Yuri says, go ahead and use not Cleansing Light, but Searing Light. This is going to deal damage to myself, but it is also going to block the Dream Weavers, which is a very good thing indeed. Now, why is this game lagging a little bit? I have no idea. It seems kind of strange because the animations do not lag, it's the interface that does. So that's something I have not quite seen before, and I'm not quite sure how to refer to that. Not at all. Now, what do I want to do? Do I want to boost the initiative of any of my units, resurrect them maybe? Would it really be beneficial? I have to think about that. Well, I can resurrect quite a bit of marksmen this way, and they would deal extra damage. Or I could resurrect Vestals, and then they would be able to heal better, which might be a decent idea, so that's what I'm going to do, because they can blind enemy units, which is by all means an amazing thing indeed. Now, you please wait. Yuri said, however, you are going to do as much damage as possible with Guardian Angel. The reason why I put Guardian Angel on this guy is because if I didn't, then those Centaurs would be able to shoot me while I'm charging at them. Now, it's not gonna happen. And I can just attack freely and deal enormous amount of damage and pretty much annihilate them straight on. I did waste my Guardian Angel, but I believe it was mostly worth it just to make sure I do not lose my... what do you call them? Sun Crusaders to just random mobs around the map. And they did the job. They made sure that the enemy Centaurs, which are one of the units I fear the most, are gone. Also, something interesting I just realized. In this map, unlike the other Doom maps, we were not able to pick additional units. That's interesting. Usually you were always able to pick 2 units that you like more, to use them more, but now that was not the case, so that's kinda interesting. Right, do I want to attack the Panther Warrior? I think I might, and if that's... well, first of all, I need to make sure that the Cyclops cannot reach my maximum. That doesn't seem to be the case just yet, so I'm gonna attack the Panther Warriors, blind them, make things very, very nice for me, if I indeed get to blind them. Ouch, they get counterattack free, didn't notice that, I should have. And I did not blind them, that is also not too good. And yeah, they have another retaliation. That was poor thing on my part. I should have checked if his guard counterattack too or not. Well, let's just defend for now. You say, however, you are going to do a battle dive like this. It's going to be pretty beastly, I hope. Now, right, I need to make sure I do not kill any of my units, which is going to be difficult because apparently no matter how I target stuff, I am going to attack my Seraph specs and all Blazing Glories, which is even worse actually. Yeah, this is suboptimal, unfortunately. I don't want to lose Blazing Glory to such a stupid thing, so how about I just attack the Dream Reavers. I'm really afraid of those guys, their spell is quite a devastating thing indeed, and I want them gone. Thank you very much. Now, those guys I kinda do not want to move, because they are protecting me well against things, various things indeed. Mostly this, just absorbing the damage that the marksman can deal, but on the other hand, I do want to attack the enraged Cyclops. Then again, they still can retaliate me, which would be pretty bad. You know what, let's keep attacking Panther Warriors, maybe, maybe not. Or just stay here and keep taking the damage for my friends. In the meantime, I'm also going to keep trying to attack the Panther Warriors. Now this did hit, but I guess I'll deal with that. I'm really interested why there is this interface lag. And there's no animation lag, as you can clearly see, but there is, look at this number, it's just like beep, 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 I'm lagging. Very strange indeed. Now, anyway, I know I'm playing horribly, and people are going to troll me for that. Troll me? Probably not. And ouch, this is where bad things happen. It's not like bad things didn't happen from the start. They have been happening and things were not going too well at all. But now it's gonna be even worse because the enemy has 3 units before any of mine attacks, and yeah. It is pretty bad. What happens next is all my sisters die. Actually, those are Vestals, not sisters. But you know how it goes, it's pretty bad. A lot of my Griffins died, which is also kind of suboptimal. And the Centaurs are going to hit something, I guess the marksmen. They totally did hit the marksman, that was the only logical thing to do. for them. They could have, of course, attacked my Sun Crusaders or whatever, but honestly, they are not the biggest threat. If this guy will be able to deal with them effectively, and I have no doubts he will. Yeah, there we go, that's how you deal with them effectively. You use Harpies. Now, I do have 110 before bad things keep happening, so what do I want to use? Well, I could link my hero to a unit, which is pretty effective, and I still have Cleave unused. So if I had to kill somebody, I would get an additional 10, but it doesn't look like I will be able to kill anybody anytime soon. So that's not too good. I wonder if I use Cleansing Light, will this dispel the buffs on the Enraged Cyclops? I have no idea. I could use Anthema, which is very powerful ability, and I think I'm gonna go for it, because it's just so powerful and there is little reason not to use it. And also I'm gonna use Cleansing Light and try and kill as many Dreamweavers as humanly possible. Which is free, unfortunately. You know how it goes. Now the goblins have a 10 and they will hit hard. Man, I feel like I should have trained or something to not be so bad, because so far not a single of my units have procced with the Cleave or the, how's this unit ability called? Rampage, okay. But I can try my best to change that soon-ish. You know what I could also do? I could use my Guardian Angel and attack the Cyclops, which could potentially be a decent idea. Then again, I want to wait for Guardian Angel 4. And that would also allow me to resurrect my units, so that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm gonna wait with my angels, and then I'm gonna use Guardian Angel 4 on them, most likely. Now, the Cyclops have high morale, which is always a bad thing, and ouch. Please stop killing my Blazing Glories, I like them, and if things continue this way, I'm going to lose, like, all of them. Now, did I by accident select the music to keep replaying the same track? Because it does feel like I have heard this track already. Maybe it's just my imagination. Maybe, maybe not. Difficult to say. Now, the enemy did use reinforcements. That was kinda easy to predict. Attacking Enraged Cyclops does not seem like too good of an idea just yet, so I am gonna wait. I'm gonna weaken them with my Sun Crusaders, because attacking... I do kinda want to attack the Dreamweavers, but... Nah, I'm gonna focus on the Enraged Cyclops first, and I'll do my best to kill as many of them as possible. Then again, I do kind of want to shoot my units from the damage the Crashers can deal. Yeah, let's just use Guardian Angel right away on Seraphs or Imperial Griffins. I feel like I should... Well, that's actually a tough call. But I'm gonna use it on Seraphs. I like Seraphs more, and I think this will be useful, and this will make sure that those Blood Boys will not be able to kill them. And I kinda do want to bank on Seraphs, because they have this amazing Blade of Judgment, which allows me to deal extra damage to people like this guy who killed my Vestals. So that's always a good thing. And yes, yet again, I need to stress it out, I am bad at Hero 6, and I am even worse at duels, because, yeah, I just am this bad. So please do not treat this videocast as any kind of learning video, because it isn't, not at all. This is just for my and yours entertainment. This is a tournament that I am playing right now, and I'm going to lose like all the games I need to play, which is the number of 4 games. But you know how it goes, you cannot always be awesome. Oh boy. You know what, let's attack the Panther Warrior. I want this guy gone, he is kinda dangerous, and even though I said I'm more afraid of the Dreamweavers, they are far away and I don't want to move any of my units to make my marksman vulnerable. So with that in mind, let me just keep hammering on those Panther Warriors, trying to deal as much damage as humanly possible. So Grievance, you just... yeah, well, I would lose them for no reason. So let's just fly over here and block the center arrows, which actually is not gonna work. Actually, I can fly somewhere else and do the same thing. Actually, you know what? I can make Furies kill my Harpies, and then my Seraphs will be able to do extra damage to all the Furies. So let's do just that. That was kinda cute, wasn't it? Anyway, now I am free to attack the Panther Warriors. They would retaliate if not for the fact that I have Guardian Angels, so... this probably did hit. Actually, only 8 damage. Wow. Does the guy have some kind of amazing might defense? 36, what do I have? Wow, how did he get so much? My defense and my power, wow. I thought I have amazing artifacts, but this guy apparently is just amazing, and yeah. He's just way better stats than I have. He really does have better stats. But anyway, it doesn't really matter now, does it? Because we both, by both, I mean me and the viewers, knew that I'm going to lose horribly in this game. But it's not about the win, it's about the ride. Which so far has been pretty bad. Because I'm losing horribly. I could pretend like Haven is just not my kind of faction, which it isn't. I almost never play Haven because I hate the humans. But let's be honest, I'm just bad. Now I'm going to lose like a bajillion of my... what are they called? Yeah, Sun Crusaders, that was kind of painful. I'm really curious about why do I get this interface lag. I really am. But anyway, what I can do is use reinforcement to make some of my units less useless, which is most likely what I'm gonna do. What do I want to cast? Who do I want to cast it on? Sun Crusaders, Seraphs, Praise the Glorious, or anything else? Well, the thing is, the Crushers are about to have their 10, and they are most likely going to kill the Sun Crusaders. But maybe I should still reinforce them nevertheless. Because Sun Crusaders are kind of nice, aren't they? Well, it doesn't really matter, I lost anyway. People are going to tell me how I'm supposed to play and how badly I play later on. Maybe I'll learn something from this, but knowing myself, I'll never improve. That actually went worse than I expected to go. Alright, that was cute. That really was. And I lost a lot of those guys. And oh, luck! That's even better. And all the Sun Crusaders. Wow! How did that happen again? Because I have no idea. Anyway, I can keep attacking the Panther Warriors because there is little else I can do. I still have my Gander Angel up, and I can put it up again. Right now, or shall I wait? Let's attack. I can heal the damage they will deal anyway, so yeah. I could also put it on Marksman on Praetorians, but that will just deal a few of them. Instead, I might as well heal the Seraphs and just make them invisible for a little bit longer to make the play the fun a little bit. I can make the game draw for... Listen, I cannot even speak English right now because apparently I'm doing pretty poorly. Don't judge. Right, let's do something like this because it does not really matter at all. Hi there, I wanna kill you. Ouch. Yeah, this guy is probably laughing at how bad I am at heroes. Unfortunately, the problem is, I signed up for this tournament at forums in which people are usually mostly good at playing video games, mostly the heroes games. And I'm by no means one of them. The only player I could win against, maybe even quite easily, is Gamesail, who we all know and not love because he's a nub and so on and so forth. But aside from that, yeah, I am pretty much dead against anybody else. Now, I still did not have Cleave proc on any of my units because I did not manage to kill any stack whatsoever. This is very bad. So let's try to link my hero to the Seraphs. Maybe, just maybe, I will be able to do enough damage to kill the Panther Warriors. I hope this will be the case. If so, then maybe wonderful things will happen and I will get Cleave. I did get Cleave, yeah, take that! And I lost my Guardian Angel. Oh boy, can I just run away? Not like from the combat, I mean like somewhere where nobody can reach me, but that ain't gonna happen. Yeah, well, let's just try to kill Crushers. As many of them as possible. I can do a decent amount of damage with my Seraphs, but it's nowhere near enough. I think it's blatantly obvious. But well, as I said, live and learn. Now I know not to mess up with orcs because they are big scary stumpy units. It's not like I didn't know this before, and it's not like it would change anything because I would lose this anyway, but yeah, I'm trying to think how I can improve. Well, actually, you know what? I know that some people from this forum, I mean you, right now I'm talking to you, dear sir, who are watching this. You're going to tell me how to improve. It's going to be like 2 pages long text because I'm pretty bad. save the effort, just say like 1 or 2 sentences will be enough, and I'll try to be better at my next battle, and maybe I'll be able to stand more of a threat to somebody. Because this was just ridiculous. Wow. I mean, the last game I played that I never did upload because I did not enjoy it, and because of this was a rubbish cast. So the last game I actually did better a little bit because I was able to kill some stacks. This time, not so much. Right, what do I do now? I can actually resurrect some of my units. Maybe I should do that. Maybe not. Let's use a debuff, just for the debuff's sake. Let's resurrect something for the resurrection's sake. I like Blazing Glories, you can stay. And now I can also cast Guardian Angel on Blazing Glories to be annoying. And I can also, I guess, maybe keep attacking Crushers. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it matters at all. This guy would probably be pretty annoyed if I were to drag this out for too long. So yeah. Gameslayer is probably like kind of laughing and thinking OMG Pancake is so bad. I am so pretty bad. But the reason why he is because he believes that Haven is so incredibly overpowered that he whines every time he tries to fight against Haven. I mean, it's just ridiculous, you should have seen him whine. Oh yeah, Intended Flame is fun. I like flaming him. He's a fun guy to flame. Anyway, let us use Heroic Charge on Blazing Glories to deal like no damage whatsoever, but it might be fun nevertheless. Let's use Searing Light as well, because Haven not. And cast it on Enraged Cyclops, yeah! Take that, Cyclops, you can now not move. And I can actually attack once more. Let's kill the goblins! Yeah, take that! No goblin shall stand in my lawn. None! I used a serf to kill 2 goblins. I believe it was entirely worth it. And anybody who disagrees can die. No? I guess they did disagree, but they did die anyway. Oh well. I still believe it was a very rubbish cast of me. I'm sorry. It happens, I guess. But anyway, GG to my opponent who was... What was he? Glibostoma? No, wait. He was Yomu... I don't remember. Congrats to you who managed to beat me so hard. And that's about it. It was PANCZASU, the Mighty Mix Spammer. If you somehow managed to enjoy this rubbish cast, which was even worse than my usual casts, and this kinda tells you something, then please like it, maybe even subscribe to my channel. Please do post a comment, or actually in the hindsight, maybe do not post any comments. Thank you for watching and I'll see you online.